First and foremost, we need to secure the border, and walls work. From Erie County, and currently a state senator representing the 60th district. Grew up in the Buffalo area. I'm a small business owner. I've owned my own real estate development company for nearly the last 20 years, mostly focusing on renovating older buildings in Buffalo. And I've been in the state senate 3 years now. Prior to that, I was the Erie County clerk for 5 years. I think the most important thing for me is that this seat is held in Republican hands, and it continues to be a Republican seat. It should be a Republican seat. It's overwhelmingly Republican. I think the only way it is in jeopardy is if Chris Collins runs for office. He almost lost last time, and I think he will lose if he runs this time. Supporting the president's policies, really. I think he's right on. I think we need to fix the immigration system, but first and foremost, we need to secure the border, and walls work, and that's what we need to do first. I support the president. He's made some real headway on building the wall, and we need to finish that. Securing the border is critically important before we try to do anything else. Well, I think the president is a leader. I think historically, I know that Congress has a role, but I think it's right for the executive to be negotiating these deals. And I know it's difficult in the short term right now what we're dealing with China, but I think it's so important that the president is doing this. I think it's long overdue that we stand up to China. They've really been taking such advantage of us in terms of stealing our intellectual property, currency manipulation, dumping, all the things they've been doing. And I think our economy is strong now, so I think it's actually the good time to do this. There's a few bumps in the road with it, but it really is long overdue that we just ignored this, and it's going to continue to get worse unless we kind of stopped it now. And I think the president is right to do this, and I support it. I don't think force them out, but I think that by doing what he's doing, a lot of the companies are going to make that decision. And I think that's the reason that China is starting to come to the table. They're seeing this. They're seeing that this is actually happening. And China is an immense economy, but we still are the strongest economy. And why we're still the strongest, this is when we have the leverage to negotiate a better deal long term. And I think also that's going to help in terms of, let's not forget, China is a communist country, and the human rights abuses are real. And I think standing up for this sort of thing will help on those ends. And we see that in Hong Kong. I think we've helped solidify Hong Kong in their efforts to continue to fight for democracy and human rights. Well, I think the simple saying of "Make America Great Again," I think that is, we all hope and aspire. I have a 7-month-old child. I want her to have the great country that I had growing up, and that I felt that I had boundless opportunities as I was heading into my adulthood. I want her to feel that way too, where ideas and dreams can become reality, and that's the kind of country I want to sustain the freedoms we have and the rule of law. And respect for that. Those are the things, one of the reasons I feel that I want to run for this. I've seen this at the state. I think there's a real assault on those fundamental principles that have made this country great, and I want to be an advocate for fighting for those principles. Well, I think immigration is a major one, and securing the border. Good fences make good neighbors, and I really believe in what the president is advocating. The farms obviously is huge here, and I think we need to do all we can to defend and fight for family farms, especially in a district like this one, and push for policies. And there's been a real assault on family farms, and it's part of kind of our heritage of the state. Also, small businesses and family farms, of course, are small business. More broadly, small business. That is where the growth is going to occur. That is where the comeback for this region is not going to be one big company solving this problem. It's going to be entrepreneurs, small businesses that are already here, growing. As a small business owner myself, who actually, as a real estate owner, most of my tenants were small businesses, so I have a great affinity for what they do. So I think things like the regulatory rollback that the president has done, those are very, very important to allow small businesses to thrive and grow in the future economy.